BYH 195. If you say those things slowly, then I don't have to repeat them for Judy. She's getting pretty good at picking them up. But when you say it real fast, it just goes right through one ear and out the other one. Over.
Okay, copy that. All right, well, good evening to you guys. And this will, it'll take probably a month or two to get back to where we can talk fast again. It won't take long. And 6BYH.
Yeah, you did you got some work done on your antennas last week. Is everything up to snuff now for the contest?
Yeah, it is. I'm really happy with everything, even the 6-meter hole loop. You know, what the whole problem was is the hardware, the Allen screws on the bottom from the shorting bar to the element were loose. So that wasn't making a real good power connection between the two. Where did my power go? Oh. My power keeps going.
I'm hearing two voices in there. Maybe it's the LA guys. The Allen wrenches, Allen's on the shorting bars. Yes. Well, they don't loosen by themselves. Maybe they just weren't super tight in the beginning. Over.
Yeah, that's what it was. Something's wrong with my amplifier here. There ain't talking no more.
Are you talking now, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said something was wrong with his amplifier, K6MYC. And you're early tonight, N6BYH, KM6SR, back to net.
Yeah, you really dropped out for me. I can't copy it all, but apparently Rob heard you a little bit there. Yeah, if you've got an amplifier problem, maybe I'll just bypass it and let me just hear you barefoot. I should be able to hear you fine. Go ahead.
Okay, that's barefooted there.
Yeah, that's fine. Barefoot, you're fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I've got a dirty relay contact. It's an old KLM 140, and it's been around quite a while, and never gone in and cleaned the contact, so I'm guessing something like that.
Yeah, it could be. It uses a Guardian relay, and you can pop the cover, if you're careful, a little white cover on the Guardian relay, and the contacts are right down on the bottom side of the relay near the board, and just run a piece of paper through them. You can actually activate the relay from down there, but it's tricky. But you can slide a piece of paper back and forth through the contacts in the closed position, and you should be okay. Over. No, still bad.
Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah, it's whenever the amplifier relays come on, I lose power completely. So I'll work on that. And 6BYH.
Well, yeah, let's hope it's not a transistor. Okay, you're fine barefoot, but of course you don't want to run the contest that way unless you have to. We may have an old transistor for those units, so if you do find that you've got a dead box there, we can still fix it probably. I think the guy down in San Diego at San Marcos can still sells those transistors as well. Over.
Oh, that would be good. I really enjoy the running the vintage stuff.
Yeah, that's RF Parts in San Marcos, and I think he still has the transistors and can get them or something that's a replacement for them. They're MRF something or others, as I recall, but it's a long time ago. Alrighty, very good. Let's see. Let's try again for Ben. N6SWR K6MYC. Don't hear Ben. How about KB6RQU, Rick? Nothing from Rick. Anybody else before we go to a Atascadero K6MYC Bozo Net? Nothing heard. Okay. Let's try a Atascadero. Coming over your way, Ron, if you're copying, W6QUI. W6QUI, I wonder if you're there this evening, Ron, K6MYC in the Bozo Net, over.
I'm here. Good evening, Mike, and the net. W6QUI over here. Over.
Boy, you stumbled on that one. W6QUI, 1055, 1055.
Roger, roger.
There you are. Okay. And who else do you have in there with you tonight, Ron?
I don't know. I haven't heard anybody. Are you there, Eric or Bill? No, apparently not. I usually hear from Eric ahead of time. He lets me know he's either going to be here or not, so he intends to, but I guess he might be tied up with something. Oh, I'll go ahead and check him in. I don't know what Bill's up to. Kind of hit and miss anymore. Over.
Yeah, okay. Very good.
Okay, I'll be on tomorrow night, or no, I'm sorry, I'll be on Tuesday. I will not be on Wednesday. I won't be home.
Roger, roger. Well, we'll look for you on Tuesday on 1296. Thanks for the heads up on that one.
Okay. Our monthly dinner meetings on Wednesday. It's always the first Wednesday. Remember I said the first and third are always tied up, so sometimes it falls on a weird week where it's the second, but generally it's always the first. Okay, well, we're moving in over here as usual. I'll let you continue over there. K6MYC, W6QUI.
Okay, Ron, very good. W6QUI and KN6EIV 1044. That's Eric. Thank you very much. I won't check Bill in because he's so intermittent.
Yeah, he is. Well, yeah, he's always busy with the family or work or something. He's a real busy guy.
Yes, sir. Okay, well, we'll be hopefully we can hear some signals from you on Tuesday. If I know you're going to be there, then I'll turn over toward about 60, 70 degrees and see if I can get you on a reflection path. As soon as I turn over your way and give it over to Bill to check you in, I'll be pointed over that way. So you might have to fish around a little bit for my signal when he turns it over to me. Thanks, Ron. 7-3. See you Tuesday. W6QUI, K6MYC clear and going up toward Monterey.
Okay, see you Tuesday.
Roger, roger.
Good evening, Ron. W6QUI, KM6SR. Just want to say hi. Yeah, well, very good. Evening, Rob. Yeah, good signal as usual. Yep, you too. Thanks, Mike. Okay. Another day.
KJ6TYO would like to sneak right in there. 1009.
Okay, very good. Good evening, Ron. KJ6TYO 1009. Ron. And how are you doing?
Getting that down. Oh, and thanks, Mike, for running the net. KJ6TYO.
Yeah, I think I doubled with you a little bit right at the beginning, and I said, and how are you doing tonight?
Oh, doing good. I was thanking Judy, and then I said, oh, and thank you too, Mike, for running the net.
Okay. Thank you for thanking us. Yeah, well, we enjoy doing it.
All right, good deal. All right, I'll let you get over to Monterey. I think you're going next. So you're in the line of fire, so I thought I'd jump in there.
Oh, absolutely.
There, KJ6TYO.
Oh, absolutely. Always happy to have you check in whenever you hear us there. Very Very good, Ron. Take care, and hope you had a good weekend, and get ready for some worms. Hope you got air conditioning in that chicken hauling truck.
Oh, I do.
All righty. See you later. J6TYO, K6MYC up toward Monterey, WA6LIE, WA6 London, India Echo. How about you, Scott? Okay, I don't hear anything from Scott in there. Let me move the antenna just a tad more.
Copy that, Mike, WA6LIE.
Yeah, now we got you. It may not have had everything turned on there. WA6LIE 618. That's Scott. He's in Monterey. Okay, how you doing, Scott?
How was Monterey?
How was Monterey? I bet you it was cool today, huh?
Hey, Mike, yeah, it was cool. Had a stroke. I'm currently laying in bed in the hospital right now as we speak. So, my down here,
Okay, Scott, that was very important information, but I missed it. I heard the word stroke and somebody's in the hospital, but you went into a very deep fade, and I missed all of that. So if you could give a repeat, but do it in one sentence at a time, make sure I copy and say over, and then I'll confirm I heard it, and then go ahead. Over. Okay, I think I got it. You're in the hospital, and you must be operating, obviously, the remote. My God. Well, I hope they've got you, obviously, under control. And very, very sorry to hear about the stroke. Do you have any idea what caused it? I won't make you keep talking, Scott, but we're really concerned, and we got our prayers for you. WA6LIE, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Yeah, high blood pressure, speed over the edge. My right side is paralyzed. We'll be working on physical therapy, starting tomorrow or Tuesday, physical therapy, so I can get back to a life, if you know what I mean, like over.
Yeah, Roger. What day did you have your stroke, Scott? And then we'll let you go. Go ahead.
Memorial Day, easy, remember, over.
Okay, I didn't get it. Maybe maybe Tom is copying you there, so let me turn it over and see if Tom is here, and maybe he can relay.
He said Memorial Day, Mike.
Oh, Memorial Day. Oh, way back in Memorial Day. Okay, you've been out for quite a while then. Okay, I understand. And fine on the physical therapy on the left arm. I think you said it was the left arm that was paralyzed for now. Hopefully that all returns. I'm very sorry to hear that. Anyway, thanks so much for checking in. And you're the first person that's ever checked into a net from the hospital bed or from the hospital situation. So let me hand it over to Judy.
Scott, you We'll be thinking of you very strongly. I have a stroke history with my father, and he did great with therapy, and it's just be strong and keep at it, do what your therapist says, and we'll be thinking of you here and looking forward to hearing from you soon again. Bye-bye.
Roger, Roger. Thank you very much, Judy. And my whole right side is paralyzed right now, so it'll be a bit of a work. So thanks so much. I appreciate it. And have a good evening. We'll be around W86LIE.
Okay, very good. Well, check in when you can, and we'll be thinking of you for sure. 73s for now, Scott. Best of 73s, and that's true, honest 73. Okay, let's see. Over to you, Tom, if you're there. KW6S, over.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I might be a little off frequency. I was chasing Scott there a little bit. Boy, that's a tough go there, Scott. I hope things continue to, well, I hope things start turning up for you. So maybe the therapy will get you going again, and see what take life as it comes along, and really wishing the best for you. Yeah, K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, very good, Tom. Good evening to you. KW6S. KW6S. That's 610. That's Tom, and you remember Tom. He was over at the flea market, and he's in Santa Cruz now. Did we miss anything from Scott? The copy was a little ragged with a little bit of QSB, and of course he was talking very slowly, but we had multi-path, and he was a little bit bassy, a tiny bit off frequency perhaps. So I think I copied everything, Tom, over.
Yeah, I think he got everything. He said paralyzed on his right side, and getting started with therapy, and see what he can, where he can go from there. And Memorial Day is when it happened. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, so back on Sunday or Monday, I guess Monday last week. So it's been almost a week. So they've got him stabilized, obviously, and they're already talking about therapy. So that's a good sign. Very good sign. And he's able to talk. He was speaking a little slowly, but I think he's probably got some effect on his speech from the right side paralyzation there. Anyway, it was good to hear him, and gosh, what a shocker. I wondered why we didn't hear from him on Wednesday, and I don't think we heard him on Monday either, because that would have been a 6-meter day, and obviously he was in the hospital on that day for sure. All righty. Thanks, Tom. You want to see if, let's see if Lee is in there. KB6 Lima Echo. Lee, are you there?
Roger, I am here, and boy, that is a shocker about Scott. I am quite surprised, although with everything that he's been through, with having to relocate and sell off a bunch of his equipment and stuff like that, I am sure his stress level was through the roof. I mean, that is just unbelievable. But I must tell you right now that I have a new call sign. I am now America Fox 6 United, AF6U. So I don't know if that's going to change my Bozo number or not, but Bozo 1098 is now America Fox 6 United.
Okay. No, you do not change your Bozo number unless you want to give that wonderful number up, and I don't think you do. 1098 AF6 United, Alpha Fox 6 United. And Scott, I'm sure, let me make sure Rob has got that information. KB6 Lima Echo AF6 United. Now, Rob, over.
Okay, Alpha Foxtrot 6, Oscar?
United. Alpha Fox 6, United.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't even read my own writing. All right, so we have a call sign change. All noted. Thank you.
All righty.
I could not hear Rob if he was saying something that, affected that, confirmation or something like that.
Okay, anyway, Lee, congratulations on the new, nicer call. That's a nice short call for you. And that must go right along with the congratulations for getting on 432, over.
I guess there's got to be some good news on the net tonight, right?
Yeah, for sure. You're down a little bit in signal strength. I'm not sure what that's all about. Let me see where I'm pointed here.
270.
That might be a little better.
Actually, I'm not sure. I also had the beam, I think, pointed a little bit further east than I normally do. So maybe that was also part of it, that we were just kind of shooting off a little bit to the side of each other.
Yeah, well, that's all right. I'm copying okay, but I got you a little bit stronger now. So much better. I was pointed a little short of your location there, AF6 United. Good to hear you. And if I call you KB6LE, don't hold it against me, okay?
Well, heck, you can't even remember my Bozo number. How are you going to remember my new call sign, right?
Oh, I remember your Bozo number. You're 1098. You just told me.
I'm sorry to hear about Scott. Boy, I am blown away about that. Anyway, K6MYC, AF6U, America Fox 6 United. I'm clear.
Okay, we're going to have to come up with some real fancy call sign designator for Alpha Fox 6 United. I've got a couple of things in mind already. By the time we work you on Wednesday or tomorrow, maybe on 6 meters, we'll have a new designator for that call sign, or new symbols or something. I'm not saying that right. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Tom, back to you, and you can wrap it up there. AF6 United on the frequency now with KW6S. He's trying to keep up with you four-letter guys, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Yeah, this is kills with 6 swords. So that was one we came up with that was about as misleading as we thought we could. So yeah, we will see you tomorrow night on 6 and 222, K6MYC, KW6S.
Oh, you mean you guys conspired to get that call sign?
No, but for my call, we have a local net here, and I sometimes use kill with 6 swords.
Okay, kilowatt 6 short.
Well, I guess that one would work too.
What did you say for S?
Swords.
No, kindly wait 6 seconds.
Swords, Mike.
Oh, yeah, there was also kindly wait 6 seconds.
Yeah, kindly wait 6 seconds. Okay, got it. Okay, very good. Well, thanks for both of you to check in here, and I think we'll just sign with that, and we'll hope everybody puts Lee in their prayers, and hopefully we can get him back on his feet. Not Lee, but Scott. Yeah, we'll get Scott back on his feet very quickly here, and I'll pass the word on to the boys in the Bay Area. Here we go up into the Bay Area. Bozo Net, Bay Area. Bay Area, kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee, Charlie, QRZ, Bozo Net.
WTB6K.
6 Mike, Italy, 711.
Okay, I hear 2 of you, 711, that's K6, Mexico, Italy, 711, in and out, so to speak. And that's John. Good evening, John. Good signal. Let's see if we can copy you here through my solar panel noise. We've got a cat that just came in here. That's Sparky. You probably heard Sparky. There he is. K6MI, K6MYC, and I heard WB6JNN also.
Very good. Hi to Sparky and everybody else. K6MI will be on the VHF Hill DMO5 for the weekend. K6MI.
Okay, you're not in DMO5 now, are you?
No. I'm at home now. We're going up there Wednesday.
Okay. Very good, John. And I guess you're getting everything ready for the contest. You're going to operate 100% from up there?
Right, 100%, but maybe only 3 bands.
Maybe what?
The 3-band category, 6 meters, 2 meters, and 440.
Okay, very good. Boy, I got just don't mind me. It's a power line or the solar panel noise or solar generation noise that I've got going guzz at me. So that's why I'm struggling a little bit on the copy. Thank you, John. Good to hear you. And hopefully everything works smoothly up there at the station in the hills. Now that the snow has melted and you can get up there without sliding off the road. Hi. K6MI, K6MYC. Clearing over to you, Jim. WB6JNN, Jim Eagleson. WB6JNN, K6MYC. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, okay, Mike. K6MYC, WB6JNN in San Jose. And the wife tells me that all 3 cats are in the house, so that's good. Not sure why I needed to know that, but I found out anyway. And did get out and fly today and actually hit a thermal and had to drag the plane down, which I mean diving for the ground and just keeping at it until it got low enough it got out of the thermal. So did get some flying in today and did some astro photography recently, and we're doing some prettying up of some pictures I took of various galaxies, nebulas, etc. So that's, and those are launched. Well, one of them launched. Got to do the other launch tomorrow. So I was a busy boy. WB6JNN.
Yeah, we got most of that, Jim. You took a little fade right near the end, but we got 99% all okay. Flying. Get a little flying in today. By the way, I've got some sad news, although it's good news and bad news. On Memorial Day, our friend down in Monterey, Scott, WA6LIE, had a stroke. Left him paralyzed on the right side. He's in the hospital now, and he'll be starting therapy tomorrow or the next day. He's talking. He checked into the net from the hospital room because he's got his remote base. I think he just does that with a handy-talkie. I'm not sure how he checks in, but he does have some equipment in the hospital room allowing him to check into his remote base. Hi. So we all got our fingers crossed for a good outcome for Scott there. 7-3, Jim, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 222, and hopefully I won't have as much of this solar panel noise as I've got tonight, or solar generation noise. Okay, let's see who else we have in the Bay Area. K6MYC, Bozo Net.
TN5MPD 1129, 884.
He's weak. When I'm not aimed at him,
and W6PQL.
He's probably on the phone. His phone control is probably through his cell phone. WB6JNN.
Yeah, you got covered up, Jim. Oh, is that what he was doing? He's going in through the cell phone. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Thanks for straightening me out on that. Thanks, Jim. Okay, we got, let's see, I heard November 6th, November Papa Delta. Let's see, 1129. Brett in Newman. Got you, Brett. Hang on a second. Now, maybe I better get everybody else checked in here. I think I heard WB6WNI. Is that who I heard there, Gary? You were in there with many others. Was that you, Gary?
Well, I'll tell you, I am here, so you did a great prediction, but I have yet to call, but here I am, WB6WNI1090, so there's probably somebody else.
Yeah, it must have been. Okay. Anyway, WB6WNI. Yeah, Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey November, Italy. 1090, right? 1090.
That is a QSL.
And that's Gary. Good evening, Gary. Good to hear you. I've got a little bit of noise in here, so I'm having a little trouble copying, and so is Judy, so we're struggling a little bit here tonight.
Hey, Mike, Brett's in 5, not in 6.
Anyway, your signal is absolutely gorgeous, so I'm sorry you're having noise issues. I will try to get on again on Thursday, so we'll try one more time on 432. Admittedly, it is very quiet. I really like that band. I'm glad I put up that antenna of yours. Anyway, Mike, nothing else here, so I'll turn it back to you and just be monitoring K6MYC to AB6WNI.
Okay, very good, Gary. Refresh my memory. How much power were you running on 432? You were Q5, but not as strong as you are here. What's the power on 432?
Okay, the power on 432 is 50, but here it's about 70, so there must be a little bit of a difference. So, but also keep in mind, I don't have the antenna actually pointed because my daughter, who's going to help me, is not here at the moment. So I'm hoping she'll be here on Thursday and we can point it correctly.
Yeah, okay. Well, we could hear you, but it wasn't as strong as I thought it should be, but it was okay. Good. All right, we'll look for you Thursday, and, of course, Wednesday as well, for that matter. We'll see. This is Gary, WB6WNI, Gary. We'll see you on Wednesday, Gary, and then Thursday, of course, and get everything pointed right. If you don't, we'll still hear you, I'm sure. All right, let's see. We've got W6 Papa Queen London, W6 PQL. Good evening, Jim.
Good evening, Mike. Yeah, I talked to Scott a little bit earlier before we heard you turn around with the antenna there. I didn't get as much as I got off of your receiver because there's a lot of noise in that direction for me, but I got the part about Scott being in the hospital, but not too much else. So I asked him if he was the patient. He said yes, but most of the rest of it was kind of messed up with the noise. But you got all the detail there. And let's see, nothing new as usual going on here. K6MYC W6PQL.
Okay, very good. Yeah, he had a stroke on Memorial Day, and he's going in rehab on Monday or Tuesday, tomorrow or the next day. He said he'd be in rehab. So they got him on a good trail already, and he sounds like he's on the recovery. He was a little bit sluggish in the voice. I could tell he was a little slow with the speech. Maybe a slight speech therapy thing will come along, but that'll probably clear up as they get that whole right side sorted out for him there. So at least we're talking to him, and that's a big plus. Hi. Thanks, Jim. Good to hear you, as always. And let's see, maybe you can stick around. Maybe you can help me because I may not hear much from Mike tonight. KB6 Whiskey November Charlie, KB6WNC, Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, I'll get it right. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Mike, are you there? K6MYC.
K6MYC, KB6WFC. How copy? Over.
Yeah, pretty good copy. It's a little fluttery. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. And that's 775. And his name is Mike. Good to hear you, Mike. And the signal seems to be recovered a little bit from Daly City back up to where you were a few weeks ago. So pretty good to hear you. And take a short transmission, and then we'll see what else is going on there. And we hope to hear you tomorrow on the other bands, and then, of course, certainly on Tuesday. We heard you part of the time on Tuesday last week, but it wasn't consistent. You'd make a peak, and then you'd fade out of me. Boy. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie for your final, K6MYC. Go ahead.
K6MYC, KB6 WFC. Very good, Mike. Nothing new to report here. It's foggy today, so maybe that's why the signal's better. I don't know. But prayers to Scott there, and don't forget to look for Jimmy here, KF6QCH 787. He is present, but you might not be able to hear him. Over.
Okay, well let me get him written in here. KF6QCH. KF6QCH. I forgot the number. I think it's 873 or something from Jimmy. Let's see if I can copy it, Jimmy. KF6QCH, San Francisco, K6MYC, over. Okay, I don't hear him. I do not hear him, Mike, over.
Yeah, I didn't hear him either, but his number is 787, over.
QSL, Judy remembered it or had it in her notes too, so that worked out. I had it wrong. Thank you for the correction. Thank you, Mike, and we've got him logged in anyway because I knew you had heard him earlier, so that's good. KF6QCH and KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, K6MYC Bozo Net, clear with you guys. And looking for anybody else in the Bay Area. Over.
KB6, BJ 906GGY, Whiskey Baker 6, Golf Yankee, Bozo. KB6BA, K6MYC, KB6BA, over.
Roger, got both of you there, KB6BA and WB6GGY. Let's get KB6 Bravo Alpha first. KB6BA, that's number 900, and that would be Oliver. You meant Oliver at the flea market. Okay, very good. Oliver, hang on a second. Let me get... Who?
WB6GGY.
Yeah, let me get you in here early, Phil. I'm not pointed your way, so you're not where you should be signal strength-wise, but we've got you.
96.
884 for Phil. WB6GGY 884. Is that right, Phil? Over.
Roger, and thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for taking me early. I'm sitting down to dinner here. I'm just sitting down to dinner. So thank you for the early check-in there, Mike. And we'll get out of your way and let you get back to the rest of the guys. 73, talk to you tomorrow. WB6GGY 73.
Roger. We'll catch you either on 40-meter band in the morning. I may be a few minutes late. We've been a little bit lackadaisical about getting there exactly at 8 o'clock, so don't panic. I know you don't do that. And you're hardly ever there at 8 because you're just finishing up with your buddies there. 73, enjoy your dinner. We had dinner quite a while ago, so we're just lounging here and sitting back in great comfort. Hi. Take care, Phil. Thanks for checking in. WB6GGY, K6MYC now. Over to you, Oliver. KB6BA, K6MYC. How was your day?
It was good. Just took it easy. On Friday, I took the Amtrak train down to Los Angeles, and the occasion on Saturday was to say farewell to Chip Angle, November 6th Charlie Alpha, who's moving from Palos Verdes to near San Antonio, Texas on June 12th. So a whole bunch of microwavers and cactus types and and weak signal VHFers showed up to talk to him and trade stories from good old days when he was really active, setting records and a bunch of bands. That was well before my time, but I got to meet him for the first time. So that was a fun event. K6MYC and KB6B over.
Yeah, Roger, very good. Well, I'm sorry to hear he's moving from California, but I wouldn't blame him. And, yeah, Chip's a very quality guy, top-notch, both technically and personally. So it was good that you got a chance to meet Chip. And he's, of course, the reason that we have the name Bozo in our in our website here. Bozo came from Chip. Chip was never short of words, and he never held back. He always said, "Why don't you Bozos get off of 144-200 and go find another frequency to shoot the breeze on? We're looking for DX here on 144-200." He was always working E-skip on 144-200 in the summer. You probably heard that story 100 times over.
Well, I remember reading in the Bozo Net website about that history. He tried very hard to set a record on 10 gigahertz to Hawaii, but that duck just doesn't appear to exist. There was another attempt just last year or two by an Australian guy to work 10 gigahertz from Hawaii to the west coast, and that just couldn't do it. But he said he's been very active in all the other lower bands, as well as 10 gigahertz for terrestrial. So yeah, I enjoyed talking with him, and he and I are at opposite ends of the political spectrum, but like everything else in ham radio, we stick to technical stuff, and I really enjoyed my conversations with him. Over.
Yeah, Roger.
Chip is Bozo number 8.
Bozo number 8? Yeah, he is. That's right. Why don't we check him in? Let's just check in N6CA tonight. N6 Charlie Alpha number 8. Chip, C-H-I-P. Chip. Just for fun, we'll check him in tonight. And very good, Oliver. Yeah, Chip. N6 Charlie Alpha. N6CA. He lived down in Lomita. And moving to Texas, San Antonio, way down in southern Texas. He's going down where he's going to have his best days in terms of 6-meter DX and probably some 2-meter E-skip as well, for heaven's sakes, and maybe some records across the pond to Florida there on 10 gigahertz. Who knows? Yeah, Chip and I have known each other for at least 50 years. But of course, he was always down there and I was always up here, but we knew each other any number of ways, reputation-wise, and at the conventions, at the conferences, the VHF conferences, and so on. And we even did business with Chip on occasion, commercially, and I bought some preamps from him and so on. So really a good guy. Thanks for sharing that with us, Oliver. KB6BA, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good. Glad I was able to pass that along. Yeah, he's definitely looking forward to an acre or two in his property. He wants to put up big antennas. 6 meters is probably his strongest interest these days, but there are also some Texas microwave groups, and he's going to be active in that. They're a little bit sparse on 10 gigahertz, so maybe he can spur some more activity out there. So, yeah, that's he's looking forward to it, although I'm sure he'll miss his friends here in the Bay Area. Over. He's in the LA area. Over.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be here a little while, but June 13, that's coming up real quick. Just less than 2 weeks away, so that's really something. My son's going to be in San Antonio. He was just dropping off his dog today, but he's only going to be there for 8 days, so unfortunately, I was going to say if he could connect with Chip, that would be good. He worked a little bit with Chip over the years because my son Kenny worked for me, worked at M Squared for a while, and I think that was around the time that we were doing some business with Chip. Anyway, my son may end up going back to San Antonio. They're moving. He's helping his company move a bunch of big machinery, CNC machines and so on. They have a facility in San Antonio, but they're moving the machines from there back to California for some reason. anyway, that's the story. So San Antonio's in my head and my news bracket tonight. Thanks a lot, Oliver, and we'll see you subsequently on the other bands tomorrow, perhaps, and through the week. N6BA, K6MYC, Bozo Net, clear and standing by for anybody else.
WB6JNP.
And good evening to you, Dane. WB6 Japan, November, Papa.
That would be me. Anyway, nothing new to report. Up at Shaver Lake today and got the boat in the water, so now I've got a boat at Shaver, so we've got places to go.
I got it, Dane. We're just getting you sorted out here with Judy, WB6JNP, 107, Dane, D-A-N-E. Okay, on Shaver Lake today, how was the temperatures up there? It might have been a little bit cooler today, huh?
Yeah, it was a little cooler up there. Water temperature was 66, so that was nice. So the boat is living in the marina, and now we have another place to hide.
Yeah, very good, very good. Is this a boat that you can sleep on?
If you like sleeping under the stars, it's a 24, 25-foot pontoon boat, and it's got two bimini tops on it, so you really get a complete cover on it. And then if you want to take and put a cot on the deck, or if you don't mind sleeping on a couch type thing, you can just throw a sleeping bag on one of the three chairs or three whatever those things are, and go to sleep that way.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, I'll give you another place to get away, and it might be interesting to see what the propagation is like sitting on the lake. Probably very good, HF-wise.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I go up there, or when we go up there, I'll take the 991A with me, and that's, what we use in the trailer. But for some reason, I've never taken a low-band antenna, although I do have a vertical that would work quite nicely.
Well, if you are in a hurry, I've got a little mobile antenna that you could use. It's a G-Whip. It was made in England many years ago. This thing has got to be 40 years old, but it works good. When I first moved to this property, I had it on the back of my Bronco, and my first contact on this property was 9K2 Gulf Sugar on 20 meters with it, so it does work. Over.
Okay, well, I've actually got a low-band antenna on the truck. I've got one of the, I forget what they are, auto-tune Yaesu antennas, and we finally got it working and all that, but I just, for some unknown reason, haven't been ambitious enough. But normally the way I run stuff is I've got coaxes made up so I can either use the 991 in the trailer but use the antenna on the truck, or I can use the 857 that normally is in the truck and use it. So I've got it. It's just, priority on what else am I going to do.
Yeah, well, you'll work it out. It'll be fun playing with it there on the lake. That should be interesting. All righty, very good. Let me see who else is in the Bay Area here, Dane, but thanks for checking in, and of course we'll see you tomorrow night undoubtedly on 6 or something there. WB6JNP in Course Gold. K6MYC, I think it's a dead heat on check-ins from the Bay Area versus Course Gold tonight. I think Course Gold's ahead, but that may not hold. QRZ Bay Area one more time, K6MYC Bozo Net.
Good night, Mike.
Kilo 6, Whiskey India Sugar.
Okay, well, you're not in the Bay Area, but it got a good signal tonight. Backscatter out of the Placerville area there, Paul. K6WIS, welcome back. You were missing on a couple of days last week, but I think you were just riding your motorcycle and didn't get home in time. KE6 Whiskey India Sugar, and do you have any other check-ins? K6MY.
N5MPD is still hanging out here in the weeds.
WIS, strong signal backscatter from the Bay Area up into the foothills, Mike, 5x5. Pretty solid, consistent, no QSP at all. And no, I don't have any relay check-ins. I just wanted to check in myself. Yeah, sorry, I missed the Thursday 432 net. Sorry about that, Mike. Back to you, K6WIS.
Yeah, I missed what you said about 432.
Yeah, I missed the 432 net on Thursday. That's the one I was missing from, over.
Yeah, Roger. I knew it was one of them, and I wasn't worried, but I knew that you weren't in there because normally I expect you to be there. Hi. Okay, that's Paul. Very good, Paul. Thank you very much. And let me pick you, Brett, up. I'm sorry we skipped over you. We didn't skip you. We got you logged in, but I just never get back to you. Anyway, sorry about that, Brett. And we'll take one more standby for anybody else in the Bay Area. But in the meantime, huh?
I need Brett's call-in number.
You have it. It's N6 NPD. You have it in there already. Anyway, Brett, pick it up, and I imagine it was cooler than in the Newsom area today. It was cooler here. It was pretty nice outside all day. It got a little warm toward the end of the day, but boy, it was a pretty nice work day. Go ahead.
Well, good evening, Mike and Judy. N5. I'm a 5, not a 6. N5 NPD. Yeah, it was cooler today. I had to do some work on the travel trailer here and check its caulking on the roof and such. But, yeah, it was a nicer day. But fire season is starting. There was a grass fire last night up there at Corral Hollow, and I started smelling the grass, so I had to look and see where it was. And, yep, it's up there, I don't know, 15,000 acres or something in San Joaquin County. So, anyhow, I had something else to say. Oh, I'm talking to you tonight on 7 elements instead of 4, so maybe it sounds a little bit better.
Yeah, no, it's very strong. Sometimes it's propagation from one night to the next, but you're very solid here, no problem. Fine on the grass fire, or not so fine. We had 1 or 2 of them around here also. One of them was pretty close to us. Airline, it was probably about 5 miles away on Highway 145, which comes up our way here from Madeira, and it crosses Highway 41, and it was right near that junction. I guess it was right near the Table Mountain area. There's a piece of the old river bottom, which is part of the old Table Mountain that everybody calls Table Mountain, but this is just a little piece of it. And it's the old San Joaquin River bottom. And, of course, the earth is eroded away from it, except in certain areas where it sort of formed cement bottom. And the fire was right there, somewhere just east of 41 on 145. Apparently somebody was dragging a chain. A chain came loose on a trailer, and it was sparking. Apparently that's what we hear started it. Didn't go very far. I'd only probably burned 3 or 4 acres, maybe even less. But it was too close for comfort. Thanks, Brad. N5 NPD K6MYC.
Yeah, Mike, 'tis the season. Get your clearances in check there. So, K6MYC N5MPD 73C. We'll see you tomorrow on 6 meters.
Roger, look forward to it, Brett. Thanks very much for your consistent check-in there. Okay, anybody else in the Bay Area before we leave and go looking for Oakley? K6MYC Bay Area Bozo Net. Over. Okay, it's awful quiet, so we'll go right over to Oakley here.
Hey, Mike, that fire along 145 was between the road and their fire break, so it didn't go in very far, but it was kind of long. Over.
Say it again slowly, Rob.
The fire that was along 145 was just between the road and the fire break. It was long, but didn't go inland very far. Over.
Yeah, understand. It didn't eat up very many acres. I don't know whether it got shut off by itself and the fire breaks were all over and through there, of course, but I don't know whether somebody got after it and shut it down, or did it? They did? Oh, the firefighters were there and got it. Okay, well, good deal. Thanks for the update, Rob.
Yeah, they had 145 closed for just a little bit, so I think the fire guys were there. Over.
Okay. Okay. I'm pointed toward Oakley. Let's see if Mr. Ken is in there this evening. N5, N6. Put everybody in the wrong call areas tonight. I don't know what my brain's doing here. N6, N6RO, N6 radio operator, N6 radio Oscar, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO 835, high temperature 86. And I have quite a bit of news, so I postponed dinner just so I could talk for a while. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Go with your news. We've got a little news on one of our members, WA6LIE in Monterey, had a stroke on Memorial Day, and he's in the hospital. He checked in with his cell phone. He has a remote base in Monterey, so he checked in from the hospital bed. I think that's a first for our net here. Over.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've been listening for quite a while. Anyway, I hope he does okay. No, there was no contest this weekend, although actually one of my, we had a very productive work day today installing a new feed line to the 15-meter tower, LMR 600. And a lot of manual work attaching it to the bundle of coaxes hanging from the catenary out there. But we got it running, and we pulled a whole bunch of unused cables out of there, including the old feed line, which was 75 ohm hard line, and the transformer and all that junk. So now we're 50 ohms on 15 meters. And did some other miscellaneous stuff. We had the guys that helped they have day jobs during the week, so we persuaded them to come out and contribute to the station on the weekend, and it all worked out good. Now, before that, on Friday afternoon, I was sitting in the shack in my underwear, checking SWR on a couple of antennas, and also monitoring the PG&E noise sources. There are 3 of them, to see what temperatures they come on and go off. And who shows up at the door unannounced? Hector. He was up here on a short trip doing some work down South Bay, but he left off an antenna for Chris and 6WM. And then he headed down south. But we had a great discussion on many, many, many topics. And the one thing that's significant, I told him about the 432 problem, that you and I thought it was because of an open circuit, that there was a problem with the driven element. Well, he said, I want to look at the connectors. So he hooked up his analyzer, and sure enough, there was a big spike right at the junction of where we ended the heliax and going to a berry flex. And it turned out the end connector was full of water. So he dumped all the water out of the stuff and put a new connector on, and now I'm back to not only 21 elements, but it doesn't trip the amplifier. So I've got about 20 dB gain over what I was using last week.
No, that's great news. That's great news, and you've got a spare driven element. Just hang on to it. don't worry about it for now. You might need it sooner or later anyway.
Yeah, I'm thinking of, depending on how strong the MA40 tower is, and the rotator and mast and cage and all that stuff, that I may go to two side-by-sides on the 432s, sort of a half an H frame. So we keep building in 6RO.
Oh, well, thank you. We got more. We got lots. We can make more. Well, thanks for that, Ken. Sounds like you had a great weekend all around, and it was good to see Hector, even though you had to be a little bit cautious with the underwear thing. I thought you were going to tell me your underwear caught on fire or something. Over.
No, but it was warm. But I brought my, like right now, I have one of those little teeny swamp coolers blowing on me, and that's all I need, so I don't have to run the big air conditioner.
Yeah, very good. Didn't get that warm here. I think we might have touched 86, but I doubt it. It might have got up there toward the end of the day, but I was out working on the hillside just between 4 and 5 in the evening, and it wasn't that bad. I don't even think
We had a nice breeze.
Yeah, we had a little breeze, and it was a cool breeze all day. The air was cool in the wind. We drove down to the post to the mailboxes down this. It's about a quarter of a mile of drive from the house, and as I was going down the hill, Judy was driving my Polaris, and I could feel wafts of warm air coming off the fields and the grass, and I could feel cool air of the air that was above the grass and hadn't got warmed up yet by the sun and the grass. So it was a nice day, really quite pleasant, but we didn't get as hot as you did. All right, well, very good. And of course, we'll look for you on Thursday with a big roaring signal. We'll look for you tomorrow night on 222 and 6 meters as well.
I just sat in the carport and watched people and fetched parts that they needed. So I supported my team who helped me all the time.
Yeah, I missed the first part. I think I doubled with you slightly. Go ahead.
I forgot. Anyway, another thing. I bought that IC705, that little teeny radio. We bought it specifically for hunting PG&E noise because of its audio and visual display. And we identified 3 power poles. Of course, PG&E will take about a year to fix them. Anyway, and it also is a good mobile rig. Goes all the way up to 432. And I now have it installed for the contest as the 2-meter FM running into a TE 200-watt amplifier, so to a Ringo Ranger that can hear all the way up and down the valley. So we're trying. All I have is 4 radios set up, but no operators. I'm going to do all the 2 meters and up, but we need somebody to cover 6 meters, which I don't do FT, and there won't be much analog. Anyway, we'll be in there in some fashion. N6RO. I need to go do my pork chops and watch my guitar pickers.
Okay. Well, enjoy your guitar pickers. I was going to say your pork chop pickers and your guitar chops. But that's not going to work, is it? All right. Very good, Ken. Sounds like you had a wonderful weekend with no contest, but just all kinds of other success. And I'm sure you can put the word out. You'll probably find somebody that will be happy to come up and help you out with the VHF contesting. Some of the guys just can't do it from home. It's a pointless operation from some QTHs because of the local noise and stuff, and homeowners association limitations and so on. So, but there are some good operators out there. So maybe you'll find somebody that can help you out. But it sounds like the station's coming together quite nicely all around. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow night. N6 Radio Oscar K6MYC, and boy, isn't it funny? We haven't heard one peep from W6SSW.
Yeah, I'm going to try his cell phone number again and see if I can, what I can hear.
Yeah, I know you. Last time you said it just rang and rang, and you didn't even get an answering machine, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's probably worth a try. But go ahead and have your pork chop and listening to your pickers first there. 7-3.
Okay, we'll see you on 2 bands tomorrow.
Whiskey, radio X-ray.
Judy says stay cool.
Oh, yeah, I'm going back in the house where the air is, the big system is running.
Good for you. Just stay cool.
Thanks, Judy. Actually, it's not bad out here now. It's 88, and I'm used to that, and I got my little portable swamp cooler blowing on my face. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, we had a good little success today also. I had 2 swamp coolers, both of which needed, one needed to have serious maintenance, and the other one just needed a new, a little water pump and a little bit more maintenance. We oiled them all up and made sure that they were wetting the cardboard things, and Frank was up on the roof making sure they all worked, and they are. And noticed that toward the end of the day, the swamp cooler at the south end of the house came on, so the house must have gotten to at least 80. I guess I'm acclimated. I was surprised that it was on because I didn't even think it was 80 degrees in the house. Over.
Yeah, but you're used to being outside in the heat, so that's okay. I had one last comment, but I've been talking too long. We'll see you tomorrow.
With you, X-ray.
Okay, I hear 2 of you. I hear KJ6KFB. Go ahead, Darren. KJ6KFB. Go ahead, Darren.
N1PPP, clearly.
Well, we'll take you. N1 Papa, Papa, Papa. 336. And that's Dave. And he also has another friend that checks NKA6. OSX. KA6 OSX. 160. And that would be Kent. Okay, good evening, Dave. Hopefully it held up. Sounds good. Thanks for catching us here. Go ahead. Yeah, 7-3, Dave. N1 PPP 336 and KA6 OSX 160. 73. See you tomorrow maybe on 222. K6 MYC.
410.
Well, what do you know? Hi, Russ. I'm not pointed at you yet, but a good signal. KW6T. KW6T. And his number is 410.
Roger, Mike. Good evening. Yeah, just been really busy. When I haven't been busy, I've just not been home on the days that we have net. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, just happened to be home tonight and turned the radio on about an hour ago. So I'm not going to miss this net.
Well, good for you. We don't want you to miss the net. I'm going to try and get this rotor a little bit more in your direction. That's getting there. You're very good copy, though. No problem. We're hoping one of these days, maybe for the June contest, you'll be motivated. It's 2 weekends. It's not this coming weekend, but the weekend after is the June VHF contest, and it sure would be good if you had 2 meters, 222. 2 meters, 432, and 1296 on there. Over.
Oh yeah, it's a possibility. I've got my weekends are pretty well planned. I know the 15th I'm going to be down in Dixon that day. But the one following, hopefully it's not field day. But anyway, yeah, I like doing the VHF contests. They're a lot of fun. So I'll see if I can get things going. I might get 2 bands. I might get a couple of bands, but I don't think I'll get 3.
Well, you've got quite a bit of the time through the weekend. You may have one big commitment on one full day or something. The contest starts at 11 a.m. on Saturday, And then it goes continually, so anytime you can get on between then and 8 o'clock on Sunday night. And that night, 2 weekends from now, we will not have a net because the contest is not over until 8 o'clock, and of course our nets start here at 7:30. So on the contest weekends, we do not have a 2-meter net. Anyway, sometime maybe Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, even before 8 o'clock or even right around 8 o'clock. A lot of guys wait until that time or just get cleared at that time until check in at the last hour of the net. Over.
No, very good. Okay, well, you know, it's good. I will make some effort. I've got, I probably won't have. I'm so busy this week that I'm not going to have any time until next Sunday, and I mean this coming Sunday, not today, but this coming. And even then, I've got about a half a day I've got to spend over at a friend's house. So it's, being retired, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I'm busier than I ever have been.
Yeah, well, all we can do is do the best you can do. I know it's a busy time. Anyway, Saturday night, what I normally do, this may be a window where you can get on just for a few minutes. 4:32, I started about 8 o'clock on Sunday evening. And we kind of collect all the guys that operate 4:32 between 8 and 9 o'clock. 2:22 is before that, but I know you don't 22, so I'm giving you the time that we'll be on for 4:32. And that's Saturday night between 8 and 9, and then after that we go to 1296, but you may not get that ready either. But if you can get on 4:32, that would be a benefit, and you can get on and work quite a few people and see how your system works, because there'll be at least 10 or 12 people that check in and all coagulate around that hour on Saturday night. KW6T for a final K6MYC with a cat crawling all over me here.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Okay, well, hey, we'll try to get in Saturday night. I think I should have some time then. So 73, and have a great evening. K6MYC, KW6T, Latrobe.
Okay, very good, Russ. Let me get it up here in a little bit. Is that 320? Okay, let's try this. I thought I heard you in there, Darren. KJ6KFB, KJ6KFB, K6MYC, Darren. I could swear I heard Darren yelling at me a minute ago, but I don't hear him now. How about you, Bill? KO6KD, K6MYC?
Yes, I'm just standing here waiting to see if you can get a hold of Darren or not. KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta, number 776, over.
Gotcha. And Judy's frantically writing everything down. That's Bill. Good evening, Bill. Missed you today and yesterday on 20 meters, but Phil was there. KD. Kilo Delta. And Phil was there just for a moment on Sunday before he went off to church, but he was 5 and 6, 5 and 7 with the amp on. Not great conditions, but he got in late. The conditions were 5 and 9 plus a little bit at 7:30. But by the time 8 o'clock came, we were starting to see the same band fade that we've seen in the last couple of weeks. I don't know if you were listening or not. We did stand by for you a couple of times. Anyway, had a good chat Sunday, and a really good chat Sunday because we covered some of the stuff that Billy had sent a really good website that we looked at. I don't know if you've seen it, but you have enough time to look at this, and you can look it up. It's Tucker's website, and I think you can find Tucker Carlson's website and look up his latest interview with a guy named Jeff Sachs. Jeffrey Sachs, S-A-X or S-A-C-X or something. S-C-K. Oh, C-A-S-A-C-H-S. Jeff Sachs. Very sharp, 2.5-hour interview, but you can break it up just by clicking on the picture, of course, and holding it. If you can't sit through the whole thing, it's very intense and very accurate. You'll be astounded at how much this guy knows and how accurate he is, because he lived a lot of the stuff that he's talking about, and he's a very credible source. Very outstanding interview. So you might want to look at that one. K06KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about it. I was there a good portion of the morning. I didn't mean to be, first off, I did not hear you call from me until...
Hey, Mike, Carl was in there, W2WRX.
When I picked up the phone and I message and described him the reason why I was not answering. I was in no mood. I was in no shape to. The lady I told you about just shortly after you guys got off, and this morning was when they were going to be streaming her memorial service, and I just it's been a real tough day because of that. So I'm sorry. I just didn't feel like being around, and I knew I was not going to bring anything positive to the conversation, so I just stayed out. But I did want to join in tonight. I also want to join in by saying that Dennis is listening over there on his loop. He's working on getting he's got everything set up now. He's got the coax. He's got everything that he needs now to reassemble the array that he had for 2 meters and for 432. But he's got quite an issue with his hands, and he's not able to do so. It's very painful. So he's working through it. He will get things done, and he'll get back on the air again. But he said he's just not there now. So he'd like to have Bozo number 86, WB6 ISO, Whiskey Baker number 6, India Sugar Oscar, checked in as well. And but anyway, that's the story. And I do want to look up that. Thank you for reminding me about the Tucker Carlson. I saw something on YouTube about that, and I thought that would be very interesting. I really thoroughly enjoyed his general, whatever his name is, interview from a few months ago, and the RFK Jr. interview. I thought that was unbelievably informative. So I look forward to seeing what he has to say there. K6MYC in the Bozo group, K06KD.
Okay, very good. Let me get Judy caught up here.
Good evening, Bill. K06KD. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo. You're sounding good tonight. Over.
Hey, Rob. Yeah, I am hearing you fabulous this evening. Yeah, you're coming in here great. Good 5'8", 5'9". Good propagation tonight. Good to hear you, my friend.
Yep, very good. Thank you.
Okay. Very good, Bill. Hang on a second. Let me get the other station in Merced, Modesto on here. W2WRX. Carl, I wonder if you're still listening. I didn't hear you check in. Rob caught it. W2WRX, K6MYC.
Aloha there, Mike, W2WRX. My number is 294. Hopefully everybody's doing okay. Aloha. W2WRX. Go ahead.
Well, we're doing good, Carl. And you got a booming signal here. Beautiful audio, beautiful signal. Copy perfectly. I'm sure Judy got all that. 294 for Carl. And aloha to you, my friend. Hawaii's been coming in on 6 meters. A couple of the guys last week reported working 3 or 4 stations in a row on Hawaii on 6. Over.
Roger on that. Yes, I'm linked to the All-Star linking system, and I'm monitoring the Hawaiian Islands. But anyway, I went to visit my mom, and she's young, 99 years old. Over.
Wow, is she still living on the island?
Negative. She lives in the Bay Area, and my youngest brother is taking care of her. Over.
Oh, very good, very good. Wow. Well, you'll probably be around for a couple more years then, it looks like, huh?
Roger that. Yeah, I got both of my eyes cataract removed and LASIK with some new lens in my eye, and now I can see better.
Bet you can. Yeah, when I had it done, I ended up with really perfect vision for a while before the glaucoma set in. Hi. Very good, Carl. Well, congratulations on the cataract replacements being successful, and also on your mother's age at 99. Hopefully she makes the big 100. Over.
Roger that. Yeah, I kind of doubled on you. Yeah. Anyway, I heard Rob out there. Thank you, Rob, for letting the Mike know that I'm calling. Over.
All right, Carl. It's good to hear you there. Aloha.
Aloha there, Rob, and I have a Mai Tai on me. Okay, back to you, Mike. You have a Mai Tai as well. Over.
We'll do that. Okay, thanks, Carl. Aloha, KW2WRX, K6MYC. Aloha.
Aloha there. Okay, Mike, have a good one out there. We'll talk to you again. W2WRX, back to that control.
Roger. Bye-bye now. Okay, I'm still pointing towards Sacramento, so we're right up the valley here. Is anybody else in here? Did you have any other further comments, Bill, before we try to pick up any others? Go ahead, KO6KD, K6MYC.
No, that was it. I just wanted you to know the reason I was not around. And anyway, Billy sent me back a nice message, and so did Rolf. So anyway, 7-3 for now. Good night, one and all. And I'll try to make it for tomorrow morning. And John's out here as well, so good evening to one and all. Dan, if you're listening, anybody else, Russ, 7-3s guys all the way around. Take care, have a good week. KO6KD.
Okay, and we had somebody that called in right with you now twice. That station that called in with Bill that time. You must not be hearing Bill. That's why I'm not copying you. You're very strong, but I couldn't copy the call sign. Try it again. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie in the 2-meter Bozo Net beaming towards Sacramento. What was the call that called in over Bill? Over?
I think it's me, Mike, BYH.
Oh, did you have a comment, Mike?
Yeah, I was just trying to jump in there before anybody else started talking. I got the amp fixed, got the burnishing tool out, cleaned the relay, and she's back up working. Also, I was going to ask you what happened to the beacons on 27.
Well, the beacons are in a holding pattern only because of temperature. Frank's got them in a building, and the building gets very hot, and then the radios start to drift terribly. And we're working on getting a little air conditioning in there. In fact, before the end of the evening, if Frank is still around, I wanted to ask him to do some research on an air conditioning unit. It looks like maybe the one that Judy has is oversized, and it may be more than you need, Frank. So maybe what we should do is just look around and see if we can find the one that would do about 700 cubic feet. What?
There's one on the news.
Oh, is there?
It's like a box like this. It's $90.
Okay.
Cool search.
Okay, but we got to find out how much it can cool in terms of cubic feet. Yeah. Room in 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we found one. Judy's found something here, but it says it cools the room in 2 minutes. Well, it might if it's a bathroom, and that may be all we need. Your shack is about the size of a bathroom, isn't it? Frank's gone. Too hot in the shack for Frank. That's what happened to the beacon. Anyway, they're on hold until we can get an air conditioning in the wall of the little building.
Yeah, copy that, Mike. Thanks.
You betcha. I'd like to have them up by the time contest weekend comes. We're working on that, but we don't know whether that'll happen or not. It could easily happen. We just have to pull the trigger on something. And I was going to buy one for him, one way or the other. And Judy looks like she may have found one here, so we'll have to research it a little further. Thanks, Mike.
KG6QL.
7-3.
Okay, KG6 what?
Alpha Juliet 6, Quebec Lima.
No, Alpha Juliet 6, Queen Lima. AJ6 Queen Lima. Good evening, George. Booming signal tonight. My God, you're loud. Did you make a change, or is it just conditions, George? Over.
No, it's just conditions. I'm trying to repair a radio that will do 100 watts, but still far off on that one. Stuff is in the mail still. But, yeah, it's just conditions. But I don't want to make it long because you're probably late for Nevada. Anyway, Bozo number is 1031. Back to you, Mike, AJ6QS.
Yeah, Roger, George. Thanks for giving us the Bozo number. If you give it, it helps you to remember it, and I hear it, and it reinforces me, but then I don't have to repeat it for Judy, particularly if you're strong like you are. She copies it just fine, so she got you in there. Very good, George. Thanks much, and the radio that you're on right now sounds excellent. Is this a different radio than you've been checking in on?
No, this is an ICOM IC7100, one of those check-in-the-box small radios, so I'm always using that. I was using an old FT225 for a while, but that's been a few months over.
Yeah, I think in the old days the audio was a little bit more mushy, and the ICOM's got better audio. Of course, a newer radio, too. The 225 is a pretty old radio. Some of those early Yaesus were not all that great in audio departments. Sometimes they were great, sometimes they just didn't play very well, depending on people's voices and stuff. Thanks a lot, George. Thanks for checking in. We'll take a standby for Reading. Let's see, what direction am I in here?
759 Kilo Romeo 6, Mike Romeo.
Okay, we hear you, John. KR6MR 759. KR6MR, John. KR6MR 759. Okay, John, take a transmission and see how you're doing up there, and we certainly hope that we hear you. We'll hear you tomorrow on 6, but we hope we hear you as well as we did the other day on 1296 on Tuesday there. KR6MR, Meadow Vista, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Tomorrow's no problem. We'll come in like gangbusters as always. Hopefully we'll have another good contact on 1296 Tuesday like we did last week. That was a really nice QSO. Back to you.
Yeah, and of course that's what you could be doing every week if you had 100 watts, and you know that. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Most of the time you're just on the hairy edge of getting through there, except in the worst of the worst nights. Anyway, good to hear you, John. I didn't mean to overlook you there. I'm always thinking about Reading because they're the toughest to get in here, usually on 2 meters. So we will take a standby and see. I moved the antenna now toward Reading, and we're listening for KD6 Sugar Whiskey and KO6HS. Go ahead, Rich, if you're there. Over.
Yeah, good evening. This is KD6 Short Wave, number 145. Top of the evening to you.
I hear you. Very light, very light. Boy, oh boy, the conditions are not favoring us lately here. I don't know what's going on with the path up there. We're going to have to put some enhancement in that path somehow. Squirt some RF juice in there or something. He's at 145 is his number. Rich in Reading. Very good, Rich. And let's see if we can get Jerry in here. KO6HS. In Reading, KO6HS, K6MYC. Over. I do not hear Reading. KO6HS, KO6HS, K6MYC. Over. I don't hear a trace of him. Am I missing it, or is he just not there tonight? KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC. Over.
There's no Jerry tonight. Negative on Jerry. I think he's on vacation right now. Maybe he'll be back for Wednesday. We'll see what happens. Over.
Okay. I guess you said he isn't there, but I couldn't get much of that. You're right on the noise floor. It's copyable for contacts only and call signs, but I didn't get much else, but I'm assuming that he is not there. We may check back in about 10 minutes when we get done with the Nevada boys. 7-3 for now, Rich, and we'll look for you tomorrow on 6. We'll look for you tomorrow on 6 meters. 73, somewhere around 8:30, I would think, right around 8:30 or so on 6 meters, Rich. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6 MYC.
Roger on that. 73,
And 6RZJ, Bozo 939.
You're loud tonight, Dan. Great signal. N6RZJ. 939. And that's Dan. Good evening, Dan. Boomer signal. Did you make any changes, or is it just the band?
Well, I think it's the band. But good evening, Mike and Judy. I think it's the band. I've been able to copy you all night since the net actually started. So, in fact, this is the weakest signal I've had on you all night. Kind of funny. No changes other than getting it running last week, but I've checked in since then. Just seems like really good conditions. Over.
Yeah, I think so. The north-south stuff's really good. It wasn't spectacular going east-west. All the signals from the Bay Area were kind of thin. We did make it, but it was thin. And up and down, but we didn't hear anybody from Lake Isabella or Bakersfield tonight, so I don't have a reference on north-south signals. But anyway, great to hear you here.
Yeah, I've been working 6 meters and 80 meters, kind of switching back and forth. And 6 meters was open from Guam to Florida, so it was a good night on 6 meters and pretty good on 80 as well. Over.
Yeah, very good. I haven't paid much attention. I did have 6 on today, but I was not in the shack very much. And of course, if the guys don't come down to 125, I'm not going to hear them. I didn't look to see if I was hearing FT8 on the spectrum display. Anyway, great signal, and of course we'll look for you on 1296. Is the 1296 system up and running?
Oh yeah, it's working great. It's I've just had a conflict. By the time I get home, I barely have time to get dinner and then get in here. But it's all working. Knock on wood, at least the last time I used it. So I'll give it a try tomorrow. Over.
Or Tuesday anyway. Yeah, it's going to be hard to work you on 1296 tomorrow because I'll be on 6 meters. 222 and 6 tomorrow. All right, very good. 7-3 for now, Dan. N6RZJ. Who else do we have in the Sacramento area and points in between and beyond? K6MYC.
Kilo 6, Victor Delta Uniform.
Okay, K6BDU, I hear you. Stand by just a second. Gosh, I'll think of the name in a second. Just a minute. I got you, Richard. Richard, we copy you. We'll be up your way in just a minute. Now, K6JDU, I should think it is. God, sorry, I got my brain all tangled up here. A CW caller from Nevada came in right on top of you there. You're way down from normal. That's unusual. Are you sure you pointed at me? And refresh my memory on the number and the handle. I had it and that blew away with the other call sign. Go ahead. K6 KDU, go ahead.
Yeah, Mike, good evening. K6MYC. This is K6 video. Kilo 6 Victor Delta Uniform. Number here in Sacramento. Bozo number 1081.
Okay, 1085, 1085. Is that correct?
Negative. 1081. 1081.
Okay, Judy's got it. Yeah, you had some heavy flutter just as you gave it, and I missed it there out of the speaker.
Darren?
Yeah, that's not Darren, I don't think. That's, what's the handle?
Handle is Nelson. Nelson, November, Echo, Lima, Sierra, Oscar, November, Nelson.
Sorry about that, Nelson. I was bantering all around it. We were almost had it, just didn't pop in there. Very good, Nelson. Thanks much for checking in. And boy, you got some serious fading on you tonight. I wonder if I'm not pointed wrong for you. You're in near Roseville or West Sacramento?
He's in Elk Grove.
Elk Grove, south of Sacramento, Mike. You're like 135 degrees bearing me. I don't know. You were clear earlier, but now you faded a little bit. Maybe you move a little bit, but I still can copy you. Back to you, Mike. K6MYC, K6VD.
Yeah, K6 Victor Delta United. We got you, Nelson. Well, it's just fading. It's going up and down. Massive QSB on you. They'll get real loud and then you fade right down. So it's just a lot of QSB tonight for some reason. The other stations up in your area are strong and steady. So it must be just the past. Sometimes you're the one that's strong and steady and everybody else is all over the place. You never know, Nelson. That's the fun part of this band there. Anyway, thanks for checking in. Always good to hear you. And thanks very much for your very consistent check-in now. And I'll be more on top of the name and the number next time, I'm sure.
Hey, Mike?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, WA6LOL. Anybody that's interested, 6 meters is really open right now out to Texas EM land.
I wouldn't doubt it. Band is open on 6 meters for those of you that want to work it. Maybe there's some even some guys down on sideband. End of Texas, point southwest or southeast, I should say. East or southeast.
Thank you.
Betcha. Okay. Anybody else before we go to Nevada? Go ahead. I don't hear anybody else, so we'll go right up to Nevada. Here we come, Richard. KD6BQ, KD6BQ, K6MYC, Richard?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249. Got a good signal now you're pointed this way.
Well, you were strong on CW, and we got you, but there might have been some QSB on it. I did go back to you, but I didn't hear your response. Over.
Yeah, I sent you a couple R's, but I think they were covered up.
Yeah, I had 2 or 3 other callers right about that same time. Anyway, we've got you. Good to hear you. And boy, the QSB is fierce. You came roaring in, and I didn't move anything, and all of a sudden you're down now, but still Q5. Good to hear you. And of course, we'll look forward to hearing you tomorrow night on 6 meters. KD6BQ, Wassa Valley, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, KD6BQ. Just have to let you know I will not make it on 6 meters tomorrow night. I'll be at the Astronomy Club meeting, so no 6 meters for me tomorrow. Over.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll have to work you on Wednesday then.
Yeah, we'll catch you next Wednesday on 2 meters. But yeah, first Monday of the month is usually the Astronomy Club meeting. Over.
Yeah, I remember that. I just don't remember what day of the month it is. I know you miss one every now and then. No sweat. Good to hear you. I wonder if you've heard anybody else up your way. Over.
I haven't heard anybody else. I expect that Daniel would be around. I've been calling Larry on 220. I don't think he's out here tonight. Over.
Well, maybe he's busy on 6. But I don't think Larry's too excited about the east skip to the east into Texas and stuff. That's old hat stuff for Larry.
Oh, I think if it's working on FT8, he'll work anything. But yeah, he's looking for stuff out of North America.
Yeah, surely he is. It may skip. When you get a skip like that, sometimes you'll get the Caribbean, but a lot of times at this time of night, the Caribbean guys are going to bed. Now, if you had a D-Expedition like Jimmy down there, W6JKV, Jimmy had a nose for any possible openings, and he would be there if there was even a hint of a possibility. But the average guy in the Caribbean isn't going to put that kind of time in. Over.
Yeah, well, that's part of the problem, too, is for sideband, there's not a lot. I sit there and send out automated CQs on 50.125 and sometimes down on 50.110, but very rarely does anybody come back to me on sideband. Over.
Do you get anybody on CW?
Oh, occasionally, but basically it's the competition with FT8 that's making it difficult.
Yeah, I know. It's just ruined the band as far as I'm concerned. I don't discount FT8 and all its advantages, but it sure is make it for a boring band to me.
Yeah, I'm just kind of worried about the upcoming VHF contest. It pretty much will wipe out 6 meters for sideband use because of the FT8, but I wish they could convince ARRL to have 2 separate contests, one VHF sideband and CW and one VHF digital one. That would be fine. I could probably play in both, and that would probably increase the activity for everybody, but so far they haven't seen fit to make that happen. K6MYC, KD6BQ.
Yeah, I wonder why they're arguing or why they're fighting that. Seems like that's the only thing that's going to bring the band back. I don't think they've got sideband activity anywhere. If it was really big and hot in Newington, Connecticut, where the headquarters are, I can understand it, but I'll bet you they're having a hard time working people on 50.125 also.
Oh, yeah, I know there's people, and I know the propagation's there, just that people are all over on FT8, and yeah, if they just do 2 separate contests, I think that increase the activity on both contests. I know I'd go over and work FT8 during a digital-only contest, but I'm not going to work it during the regular contest. Over.
I'm with you. All right, well, we'll just have to see what they'll do. Maybe next year they'll catch on. Thanks, Richard. Let me just see. I don't think Larry's there. Quickly, Larry, N7WT, are you there? And Larry's somewhere. How about KE7UQL? How about you, Daniel?
Q7 standing by.
KE7UQL. KE7UQL. 272. 272. Good evening, Daniel. And pretty weak, but I think we got copy on you, so go ahead and take a transmission, and I'll see if I can squeeze a little more signal. Over.
Okay, Roger. Yes, I'll work you on a sideband on 50.125 for the weekend. Over. Are you still looking for my signal? You can't be that far off. So go due north, you'll find me. Over.
I just got the antenna back over on you, way over on 10 degrees to the west, to the east. I didn't get much of that. You want to give me a quick repeat? Over.
Well, I was saying I will be sideband on 50.125 for this weekend. Over.
Yeah, maybe next weekend, or not next weekend, but 2 weekends from now, we'll hopefully get them on sideband for the contest. There'll be a few. There's always a few of us diehards that work 6 meters sideband, but I'm not going to sit on the band waiting for them. but hopefully other people will, and that'll make a big difference. I'd like to work 20 or 30 guys on sideband on 6 meters for a change. I think I've made a whole total of about 6 contacts over the last 2 years outside the local area. KE7UQL, K6MYC.
Okay. Still have the frog, but it's getting better. So thank you for the check-in, KE7UQL, 73.
Good signal now, you're way up. So that's Daniel, KE7UQL 272, if you don't have the number. Judy's got you there. Okay. Let's see if Stan is in here. Stan, I'm pointed almost right at you there in Fallon, Nevada. K7SUN, K6MYC.
Well, good evening, Mike. We'll give it a try. You're up and down, but actually not too bad a signal. I was actually been copying you most of the way around the circle tonight, but just never super strong. Hopefully you can copy me here. So I would like to add, I hate FT8. I'm not bashful, Mike. I hate FT8. I'll never ever try that, Mike. Anyway, Bozo 442, back to you, Mike, over.
Yeah, Roger, Stan. That's K7SUN, Sun. And that's 442. 442. Stan. Okay, good, Stan. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I will. I could work it on FT8. I probably have the computer and everything that would do it, but I have no interest in it. I watch it just to check propagation, but it's like using it as a beacon. So when it's good, I make calls on 125. Sometimes I even call on sideband up on the FT8 frequency just to see if I can get somebody's attention. I've only had success there one time. I get them to come down on 125. I think they have a hard time turning the knob. They're not used to turning the knob from 313 to 125. That's such hard work, Stan. Over.
Yes, well, I agree with you 1,000%. So I did make 12 contacts the night of the Aurora Borealis. So I did manage to make 12 contacts that night from Montana, all right on the northern border, from Montana over to Washington and a couple into British Columbia. But so that was quite thrilling, Mike, to get to make 12 contacts or so on 6 meters sideband. So yeah, and I will definitely do my very best to be here for the contest. Over.
Yeah, very good. Well, we'll keep an ear out for you, certainly. And look for you this week on 432 if you can make it to test out the system. Okay, I think the reason that you work, everybody goes over to sideband when there's Aurora is because it doesn't work very well on FT8. There's too much multipath and flutter, and it distorts the signals, and I don't think you get very good signal-to-noise ratio and very good copyability on FT8 when you're looking at the Aurora situation. So I think that's why the guys go over to sideband. Too bad we can't make that happen all the time. 7-3 Stan, and we'll look for you maybe tomorrow night on 6, and certainly on Thursday night or Wednesday night here on 2, and Thursday night on 432. Take care. Thanks for calling in from Fallon, Nevada. K7SUN 442 K6MYC.
Roger, Mike. Have a great evening. What's left here in 73. I'll definitely try to catch you Wednesday night. K7SUN clear.
Roger, 7-3 Stan. Anybody else from Nevada or any place that's copying me? K6MYC Bozo Net. The CW, go again, the CW. I think that was you, Richard. 73 Richard, 73 Richard, 73 Richard, over. Okay, I'm pointed toward... I'm pointed toward Reading, looking for KO6HS, KO6HS, KO6 Hotel Sierra, KO6HS, K6MYC, calling and listening. Okay, Rob, why don't you rotate down? Let's see if we can get Eddie and wrap this thing up. It's past 9:30 already.
Roger, Roger. Did you catch Dennis in there as a relay from Bill, 86, over?
Yeah, we got Dennis.
Okay, the other one I thought you talked, but I didn't know if you caught him. Darren, KJ6KFB.
Well, I didn't catch Darren. I heard what I thought was his voice at the beginning, but I could never get him to come back. So I don't know if that was Darren or somebody else. I did not log him.
Okay, thanks. I'll head down for Eddie. Maybe we'll pick up Rick down there late too. I got 44 so far.
Yeah, I think we're on our second sheet here also. It's about 40 per sheet. Huh? How many?
42.
Judy's got 42, so we're close. 43 with me. I'm rotating toward Eddie as well.
KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net? KM6SRR with K6MYC, standing by.
WB6, KB6RQU, K6MYC. Rick, are you there? Don't hear Rick either. KE6BK, K6MYC, Eddie? I guess not. Anybody else for the Bozo Net before we pull the cork, K6MYC?
N6SWR, you on tonight, Ben? Over. KE6BK, last call. Well, I guess that's it, Mike. Boy, I tell you, Richard from Nevada was just booming in here like he was in my driveway, over.
Yeah, he had a big signal tonight. He took one little fade, but it was very minor. But most of the time he was pounding in, and Daniel had a big peak right there at the end. He was like in the room with us.
Yep, I heard that too. Not quite as loud as Richard, but heard it.
Yeah, very good. I thought overall the conditions were good. The only one that was kind of flaky that normally isn't was K6VDU and Nelson. He's been really rock solid with his quad, but for some reason tonight he was all over the place. Otherwise, north-south was pretty good, except for Reading, and 145 was just pukey weak.
Yeah, I hope Scott does better there. WA6LIE, that was something else to have him checking in from the hospital, over.
Yeah, apparently he can do that from his cell phone. That's what Jim said, WB6JNN. I couldn't think of what he was using, but he does it from the cell phone.
Yeah, Aaron does it from the cell phone also, KM6SR.
And Aaron, are you still with us, or have you passed out there?
No, Mike, I'm here. I mean, shoot, I went for like a 3-mile walk in the middle of the net, and I'm back in the chair.
Okay, very good. Well, it's a nice night for a walk. I think it's quite pleasant and coolish out there. So, good deal. All right, well, we're tired. We're going to go in, pull the cork on this whole thing, maybe have an ice cream bar. Jody's giving me the thumbs up on that one. And hit the sack. 7-3's all, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. In the house tomorrow night for 222 and 6 meters. K6USY, KM6SRR, and anybody else listening, K6MYC.
All righty, good night, Mike. K6USY, DMO6, and up to Rob.
We missed tonight. We missed Dave in there, K6VBG. I'm surprised he didn't check in. Maybe he's not feeling well either. This heat is bothering these guys that have health problems, I'm sure.
I heard him in the beginning of the net there, Mike, so I got him checked in.
Did you hear Dave?
Roger.
Here.
Well, we better write him down here. That's when we need to write this one down.
Yeah, he popped in a couple minutes before you turned the rig on.
Oh, well, that's why I missed him then. Okay, K6VBG. K6 Victor, Bravo Golf. 971. And that's Dave in Course Gold.
We also got Dave from Sonora there too, Mike.
Well, I got LOL in here right off the bat. He's the first in the log, I think. We missed a lot of people. We could have had 50 check-ins easily tonight with a lot of the people that are regulars that are missing. AA6S and WA6AAJ. KC5DTU should have been in here. He's back home from his long trip to San Antonio, Texas, or somewhere in Texas, but he didn't check in yet. I was going to call him today, and I forgot.
Sometimes he has dinner with his daughter on Sunday nights, I think. Over. We didn't get Adam in here either. KE6VON.
Adam is going to be at work. He's almost never in here on Sundays.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember when he starts his week off.
Yeah, he works like Saturday morning to like Tuesday or something like that. Yeah, he always works weekends.
Okay, roger on that. I don't know why Marcus wasn't in here. I got him set up with his 2-meter loop there on the Bozo Net. Over.
He's probably just out of practice.
Yeah, he had a lot going on today, a little bit of information overload, I think, there. But anyway, he's capable of getting on the air there, 3 different bands.
Who was that now?
Marcus, KG6QNY.
Oh, yeah, he was busy, though, probably. Yeah, well, like I say, we had a lot of people missing that were really quite regular, so quite surprising, but that's the way it goes. I guess that's why we never make 50. We get some new ones in, and then the regulars fail us. All right, guys, good night all. We're out of here. K6MYC pulling the cork.
Good night, Mike. WA6LO.
Good night, Dave.
I'm doing my part. I got my wife licensed.
Yeah, there you go.
Good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR. Enjoy that ice cream. I'm going to get a nice big chunk cookie over.
Well, we're out of those, but we'll make up for it with a nice ice cream bar.
Well, it's going to be QRT.
7-3 all.